Hello everyone and welcome back to the Denver Broncos franchise. In the last episode we lost kind of a heartbreaker against the Commanders, and this week it doesn't get any easier as we play the Miami Dolphins in Miami. But before we get started, we do have the first mock draft available, and this is how things are working out. I do want to mention that I did set the draft class to be weak in every single category because I think that it is a little too easy to rebuild through the draft. I think you get really good players way too quickly through the draft when a lot of the time there's going to be like, 5 to 10 decent players, and then the rest of it is going to be like work in project type of guys. So that's kind of more what I'm looking for. So we'll see how it works with this first draft. The first guy anticipated to go off the board is left tackle Brian Bennett out of Kansas State to go to the Jets. And if we scroll down a little ways, it actually has our pick, I think in the 20s. Yeah, 22. Vertical threat tight end Rashad Winters. And tight end is a little bit of a need for us, but maybe not too much with Greg Dulcich having star development and being quite young. He could develop into a really nice tight end. It would be nice to get that super elite caliber tight end, though I don't quite think Greg Dulcich is ever going to be that. He has great to elite speed, which is fantastic to see. I mean, the dude is just an incredible athlete. Absolutely is a guy I would love to draft as a tight end. I do think he's a little bit undersized. He's 6'3", 249. So I honestly wonder if he could be converted to like receiver instead of tight end maybe. Although he does have good to great strength and he has B pass blocking. So I don't know. He looks like an all around good player, just a little bit small for a tight end in today's NFL, I think. We also have players ready to negotiate, and this is something to keep in mind. These are players that I think are trade targets, especially if they're not interested. Like Josie Jewell, I think could easily be traded. We also have Drew Sanders, who's a backup middle linebacker under him with at least star development. He has hidden development. So it may honestly be a good idea to trade Josie Jewell for, a mid-ish to late round draft pick, I would say. Like he's a quality middle linebacker and he's only 28, so he's not quite ready to regress. Adam Troutman might be a good guy to trade, although he is only 26 and he's been decent as Greg Dulcich's backup. Cameron Fleming, I actually would like to keep. He is 30, so he's not going to progress, but he has fantastic depth. Like after Garrett Bowles, it's Quinn Bailey in terms of depth. So I like him really as a depth player. I'm more than happy to keep him for a couple years. And yeah, we could go this offer. That's right. We actually don't have any salary cap. I just remembered. If you see there in the top right, we have negative 7.4 salary cap. So we actually can't offer contracts to any of these players right now. So it's pretty evident we need to clear up some cap space on this team. The easiest way to do that would be to trade away Russell Wilson. If you know my YouTube channel, you know I like to do hyper realism based content for Madden, like simulation style stuff. The Broncos aren't in any world attempting to trade Russell Wilson. And even if they wanted to, I don't think that they could. We're stuck with Russell Wilson and we're stuck with his terrible contract, at least through this season. Like I'm going to commit to having him be the starting quarterback as long as he is healthy through this season, because that is what the Broncos would be doing. It is also an $82 million penalty to release him with only $8 million in savings. We can't release him either. He's here. We are stuck with Russell Wilson, at least for now. Right tackle Mike McGlinchey, I know that they just signed, and I do think he's pretty worth the money. He's an 80 overall, and he's only 28. He's a really quality tackle. He is a ton of money, but you need these offensive linemen. Same thing with like Garrett Bowles, a ton of money. Randy Gregory is an interesting one because he's a solid pass rusher, but he's not going to get really any better. He has star development. Like he's decently fast. He's got pretty good finesse moves. His block shedding's not great. So he'll be probably like a roughly double-digit sack guy every year. He's not going a lot farther than he's at right now. He's 83 overall. I think Randy Gregory would be a really good person to trade. Now here's where it gets a little more interesting. Alex Singleton and not far down Josie Jewell are both sort of in their primes right now. They're both right around 80 overall, and they're both kind of blocking the way for Drew Sanders to be able to be making starts for Denver. So I think it's in my best interest to trade one of these two. I'd prefer to trade Singleton because he costs more money. We'd free up more cap by trading him. But Josie Jewell doesn't really want to resign. He's not super interested, and he only has the 1 year remaining. He's a tiny bit younger. I do prefer Singleton a little bit as a player because he's faster and a slightly better tackler. They're incredibly similar in coverage. They're incredibly similar the whole way around. I think that trading Josie Jewell is a great idea, and I'm going to do it right now if I can. So the Vikings are a team that need middle linebackers. I scrolled through all of these. It's red for every single one. Nobody's particularly interested in Josie Jewell. The Vikings, though, I think are an interesting team to trade with because their starting middle linebacker is Jordan Hicks, who is 3 years older and 3 overall worse than Josie Jewell. And this is a team that I think is really wanting to make a playoff push and a Super Bowl push at that. I think they could use an upgrade at middle linebacker. There's not really a player that they have that I'm particularly interested in, but I would be interested in, like, I think a 4th round pick would be relatively fair in return for Josie Jewell. Trade accepted. Josie Jewell has been shipped off to the Minnesota Vikings, and in return, the Broncos have received a single 4th round pick. I think that's a very fair trade. And somehow that made our cap situation worse. We are now at negative 9.1 million cap room. It goes without saying that the cap situation in Denver is horrible right now. I do need to sign a new middle linebacker to just be 3rd string, really. He's not going to play a ton. I think Ivan Pace Jr. is great for that. He's young. He's 62 overall, decently fast with 85 speed. So essentially the whole purpose of that trade and what it allows me to do is to bring Drew Sanders into one of the 2 middle linebacker spots to start alongside Alex Singleton and get him as many snaps as possible to get him as much XP as possible so that he turns out to be a stud middle linebacker. So I'm actually going to move him to be middle linebacker 1. You know, I don't care if that makes our defense just a little bit worse this season. I think that that will be worth it, as it will get Drew Sanders just that much more XP. And in that same vein, I'm going to make him the sub linebacker as well, so that he just receives as many snaps as possible. And with that out of the way, we can finally get on to what's going on this week, which is against the Dolphins. Let's get into that weekly strategy. Tua has a 111.6 passer rating on medium passes. That is ridiculous. We will go with defend medium pass. Offensively, blitz counter. Yeah, we can work with blitz counter. I think focusing on Quinn Miners is good, but is there somebody else who needs this more? Why don't we give it to tight end Greg Dulcich and see if he can turn into a star caliber tight end. He has star development already, obviously, but I think you know what I mean. Sort of get up to like 80 overall plus. Fingers crossed for no injuries. As I say that, Jerry Jeudy has a dislocated wrist. Oh, we are without star wide receiver Jerry Jeudy this week. Yeah, Jerry Jeudy will miss just this week, luckily. That means that Cortland Sutton slides to wide receiver 1, Marvin Mims to wide receiver 2, but I believe he will still be in the slot. Philip Dorsett is now wide receiver 3, and that means Anthony Schwartz will probably get some playing time, and for some reason Jarrett Stidham is listed here as wide receiver 5. Let's go ahead and change that. We don't have the roster spot to sign a wide receiver just for this week. So, you know, it just is what it is, and we'll just have to deal with it as we go. Anthony Schwartz has an upgrade. That's good timing considering he might play a lot more. We'll go with physical just because it's the scheme fit. Also, I just noticed that he is wearing jersey number 88. I looked it up. The Broncos have not technically retired Demaryius Thomas's number 88. I'm going to. I am hereby retiring the number 88 in this franchise. No one will wear it going forward. So instead, Anthony Schwartz will wear 87. Hard Rock Stadium. I do think it's such a cool stadium. I think the Dolphins just have, you know, a really nice thing going on. They've got really nice jerseys, really nice color scheme, and they're an up and coming team, man. I mean, if Tua can stay healthy, they are a force to be reckoned with for sure. The Broncos will start with the ball, and we are underway here in week number 3. Marvin Mims Jr. back to return. He'll actually bring this out of the end zone and does not get back to the 25, so not worth it in the end. Russell Wilson, who threw a pick 6 to lose last week, takes the field for the first time today. We'll see his stats: 518, 4 touchdowns, and 3 picks. I mean, it's not the worst start, but definitely too many interceptions. I have changed some things around so that we don't see Javonte Williams quite as much. And you'll see that on this play, as we'll start with Samaje Perine, as I made him the power back so that we see him a little bit more. and he gets a pickup of 5, and there's an injury timeout, and I think it was for Pirine. I thought that was an injury timeout for Pirine, but I'm really not sure. It was yellow very momentarily, but on 2nd and 5, it'll be a run to Javonte Williams, and he's only got a pickup of 3. It'll be 3rd and short. On 3rd and 2, remember, we are without Jerry Jeudy today, so lining up there on the right side is Marvin Mims. Russ tries to go to him, but hit as he throws. It falls incomplete, and Denver will have to punt it away. Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins offense take the field for the first time today. We'll see his stats so far on the season. 495, 5 touchdowns, and 1 pick. 40 for 49, by the way. Very high completion percentage. The Broncos have been able to force a number of turnovers so far this season. We'll see if they can do that against the very accurate Tua Tagovailoa, as that's Devon Chain on the carry, and it looks like he might be injured on the play. He was not injured. He's still in the game. Number 28 there in the backfield. As on 2nd and 8, Tua out of the shotgun, has one in motion, and it's a fake jet sweep, goes to A-Chain. He loses 2 yards. Can the Broncos force a 3-and-out the way the Dolphins did? 3rd down and 10. Looking down the field, and it's caught by, I can't tell who that is, number 82. Oh, that's Foster Moreau. While we're at it, let's take a look at the rest of this Dolphins team. Tua, of course, is the quarterback. Mike White is their backup. Devon Chain is the starting running back with Raheem Mostert backing him up. You've got Alec Ingold as the fullback. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson, and Braxton Berrios are the 4 wide receivers. Tight end, of course, Foster Moreau, Mo Alley Cox, and O.J. Howard. Left tackle, you got Teron Armstead, and then the rest of the line is Justin Pugh, Connor Williams, Robert Hunt, and Isaiah Wynn. You've got Zach Seiler at left end. You've got Christian Wilkins on the right side. At D tackle, you got Quentin Jefferson and Raekwon Davis. Bradley Chubb, the former Bronco, at left outside linebacker. Jerome Baker at middle linebacker alongside Malik Harrison. Jalen Phillips is the right outside linebacker. Xavier Howard, Eli Apple, Nick Needham, and Cam Smith are your corners. And for free safety, you've got Javon Holland, strong safety, Julian Love. So after the big gain for the Dolphins, and that is a false start, I think. Armstead on the false start pushes back the Dolphins offense by about 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 from the halfway point of the field. It's a run for Raheem Mostert, brought down after a pickup of 5. Makes it 2nd and long. And remember, Drew Sanders is the new middle linebacker 1 for this Broncos team, so you'll be seeing a lot more him on the field. On 2nd down, it's a run for A-Chain, and he's smashed by Alex Singleton. So it'll be 3rd and long. And Tua will look to throw. It's Singleton again. Maybe trying to tell us he deserves the starting middle linebacker spot. That is a big tackle and then a sack immediately to follow. 4th and 17, the Dolphins punt it away. The Broncos will be starting from the 15 after a good punt. 1st and 10 from the 15. It'll be a handoff to Javonte Williams to get us started. Can't make anybody miss, but does have a pickup of 4. 2nd down for the Broncos, as this will be a throw for Adam Troutman. Stiff arms one defender and gets nailed out of bounds at the 26, but it's a 1st down for the Broncos. On the following 1st down, Russ takes the snap and looks to throw, dumping off to Dulcich. Can't get a whole lot further, but does have a pickup of 2. That makes it 2nd down and 8. Russell Wilson will look to throw, rolling to his right, maybe looking to run, and just short of the 1st down yardage, but a good run from Russell Wilson. Sets up 3rd and inches. And we are going to trust our halfback here, as Javonte Williams has a ton of running room, a lot of space down the field, and that is a big pickup on 1st and 10 from the 45 in Dolphin territory. It's a run for Javonte again, and another good run for him, a pickup of 9 on 2nd down and short. Russ takes the snap. It's play action. Looking down the field for Philip Dorsett, who outran everyone. And he steps out of bounds, otherwise would have fallen into the end zone, down at the 3. Good throw and catch there from Wilson to Dorsett. As 1st and goal upcoming, Javonte Williams on the carry, stood up at the 1. Make it 2nd and goal now for the Denver offense, as they look to throw and looking for Sutton, but just couldn't get the leverage on his route. Now it's 3rd goal. On 3rd and goal from the 1. It's a handoff to Javonte. Breaks the tackle, but loses 3 yards. It's 4th and goal, and Denver likely to settle for a field goal. Will Lutz's kick. Up and good. Denver takes the early lead, 3-0. This high-powered Dolphins offense retakes the field. Starting from the 25 as usual. A-Chain the lone back. And it's going to be a handoff to him, and he's outrunning everyone. K'Wan Williams slows him down just enough for Alex Singleton to get over there for the tackle. Second and short after the run. Tua has Cedric Wilson in motion, and it's a handoff again to A-Chain, and again a loss. This time Randy Gregory in the backfield. That'll set up third down, looking to convert. 1 minute left to play here in the first quarter. Tua takes the snap to throw, and wide open to the right side of the field is Jalen Waddle. Stiff arms Kareem Jackson. Alex Singleton meets him way downfield. My guy is giving effort today. That's like his 5th tackle already. I see why he was so open now. If we go over to Waddle, K'Wan Williams, who was supposed to be on him, and Pat Surtain were running into each other for quite a while. To a changing up the play, it's a run for A-Chain, and Zach Allen lays him out. Will be second down. That brings us to the end of the first quarter, where the Dolphins are in Broncos territory, but the Broncos do currently hold a 3-0 lead. The running game has not been working to this point for the Dolphins, but the passing game certainly has. In the I formation, it looks like they're set up to run here, but we'll see what they decide on. It is a fake, and looking across the middle, that is caught by Foster Moreau, and he's down at the 10. It'll be first and goal for the Dolphins. They've got a triple tight end set here. And it's a handoff, A-Chain. And that is DJ Jones in on the tackle. Still in the triple tight end set, just on the opposite side this time. It's another handoff to A-Chain. Drew Sanders saves a touchdown with that tackle. So now the Dolphins looking to punch it in on third and goal, or else they'll have to settle for another field goal. And it's dropped by Jalen Waddle. He had the leverage on K'Wan Williams, and it just goes in and out of his hands. Broncos have the ball back here early in the second quarter after the Dolphins match the field goal. It is now 3-3. First and 10 from the 25. Javonte Williams, the lone back, and the handoff goes to him, and it goes nowhere. And he is injured on the play, a loss of 1. You know, we love Javonte Williams, and I think he could be an excellent running back, but he is incredibly injury prone. Samaje Perine takes over and has a run in his place that picks up about 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 6. On third down, Russ will look to throw. Cortland Sutton beat his man off the line and is wide open. He's to midfield, where eventually he goes down at the 49. A dislocated shoulder for Javonte Williams. He'll miss at least the rest of this game. So it'll be Samaje Perine in relief. And that's happened a couple times already this season. So we'll throw it to him quickly. Can't break a tackle, but does have a reception, and it's a pickup of 4. On second down and 6, Russ will look to throw, and he is met instantly in the backfield, and it's fumbled. It's recovered by the Dolphins. This is going to be a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Just nothing else to say. I don't know if it was a blitz or if they just got in the backfield immediately, but Brandon Jones picks up the fumble and runs it back for a touchdown. It was just a blitz. The blocking from Denver, not great. Yeah, the blitz just was not picked up properly, and it's a touchdown for Miami. Jason Sanders will attempt the PAT to make it a 7-point lead. That is up. It's good. It is now 10-3 in favor of the Dolphins. We'll see if we can manage to hold on to the ball a little bit longer on this drive, as Denver suddenly finds themselves down 7. Samaje Perine on the carry, outruns the Jalen Phillips tackle. Tyler Beatty is in the backfield, and on 2nd and 1, it'll be a handoff to him, and that'll be a pickup of 4. Perine back in the game. I didn't realize how small Tyler Beatty is, but he is tiny. It'll be a handoff to Perine, cuts it back up the middle, and has a big gain. It's a pickup of 14 or so, and he gets to midfield. The running game working so far this drive for the Broncos. And from the 50, it's another handoff to Perine. And he's got blockers in front of him. Can't follow the last block, but another first down for the Broncos. Samaje Perine on his way to having a pretty big day. Looks like they are sending a safety blitz. It's actually a fake safety blitz as Perine gets to the edge, trucks over one defender, and then is laid out by the next. Sets up 2nd and short from the 29. On play action, Russell Wilson will look to throw. Has a target down the field. It's Marvin Mims who makes the grab. He's inside the 20. He's up to the 13. That play definitely took some time to develop, but Russ stood tall in the pocket and made it happen. On 1st and 10 from the 13, we'll go play action again and just dump it off to Perine quickly. Can't make anybody miss. It's only a pickup of 2. false start on the very next play. Makes it 2nd and 13 suddenly. On 2nd and long, it'll be a handoff to Pirine. Cuts it back. That was a very quick change of direction. Gets the 3 back, but it's 3rd and 10. On 3rd and 10 from the 13. Russ to throw. Has Cortland Sutton open in the back of the end zone, and he has the ball knocked out. It was a pretty good throw by Russell Wilson. Cortland Sutton looking for a flag for some reason. Just dropped a touchdown pass, and the Broncos will settle for yet another field goal. And it is 10-6 still in favor of the Dolphins. The Dolphins take back over. Got to be feeling a little lucky that it's not tied. 10-6 as Tua will look to throw. Has his target, Cedric Wilson, left side as Singleton outruns him, and then Cedric Wilson just went on like a slow jog after that. 1st and 10 for the Dolphins as it's a handoff to A-Chain, Singleton, and Simmons back there to make the tackle. It's only a pickup of 1. Tua to throw again. Throws quickly to Foster Moreau. PS2 can't bring him down, but K'Wan Williams does. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play here in the first half. 10-6 Miami. From the 47, Tua is in the shotgun with Raheem Mostert in the backfield. It's not a run to him, though, and it is a catch for Jalen Waddle as Robert Hunt is injured. Prior to the injury, it was a 1st down for the Dolphins with forward progress. So from the 45 with a fresh set of downs, what can Tua do? He can complete a pass to Tyreek Hill, and it's only a pickup of 3. That's his first time challenging Pat Surtain, who's been good in coverage so far. And this time, it's a screen for Mostert. Drew Sanders is there and makes a great wrap-up tackle. It's only going to be a pickup of 1. On 3rd down and 6, Tua by himself in the backfield. Looks to throw, and open across the middle is Waddle. K'Wan Williams is just getting beat time and time again by Jalen Waddle. It's definitely a tough matchup, but he should hopefully be able to handle it at least a little bit. On 1st and 10, Tua to throw again down the field, finds Waddle, and brought down. That time was a zone coverage, and that route just beat the zone, I guess. And Jalen Waddle, have yourself a day down at the 3. The Dolphins do burn a timeout as there's only 30 seconds left to play in the half. And from the 3-yard line, Tua from under center will hand it off to A-Chain, and that's Baron Browning quickly in the backfield. And on 2nd and goal, 15 seconds left. They did not burn another timeout, and they didn't need to. It's a touchdown for Cedric Wilson Jr. Tua throws quickly, open quickly is Cedric Wilson, and the Dolphins extend their lead before heading into the half. With 12 seconds left, we will just do a run with Samaje Perine, see if, he can break off anything big, and he cannot, so we'll let the clock tick down, and it'll go to half. At the end of the first half, it's going a bit how I expected. The offense struggling to put points on the board, and the defense struggling to keep up with the high-powered Dolphins offense. 17-6 is, roughly where I expected us to be. We'll take a look around the NFL now as the Colts are visiting the Ravens, and they are up 14-7 heading into halftime. In Detroit now, the Falcons are visiting the Lions, and they are up 14-3 on the 2-0 Detroit Lions. And then the Titans are visiting the Browns, and 21-14 just before the half there. The Dolphins will start with the ball here in the second half, which is not great. It gives them a chance to extend this lead. Obviously already up 11, and we'd like to keep it that way. Tua out of the shotgun. Hands off Mostert to start the second half. I believe that's DJ Jones on the tackle. 2nd down now. Again in the shotgun. Mostert's still in the game, as Cedric Wilson has the reception off of the Tua throw. He's 12 for 13 on the day, by the way. On 3rd down and 1, can the Broncos get a big stop here? It's a handoff to Mostert, cuts it back. He's got the first. On 1st and 10 from the 37 in the I formation, Tua will actually throw on this play. Finds Foster Moreau on the right side, and it's going to be a pickup of 3. Tua very efficient to this point, what he's known for sure. On 2nd and 7, Waddle open across the middle. Kareem Jackson gets there, but can't force the ball loose, and it's going to be 3rd and short. 3rd down, Dolphins from the 46. It's going to be a handoff to A-Chain, who is met quickly by Randy Gregory, but he falls forward, churns the legs, and has the 1st down. At this point, it is hard to know what to do. It seems like no matter what we do, the Dolphins are going to end up with a first down. And on this first down, Tua to throw, knocked out of Tyreek Hill's hands by PS2. I don't think Tua has been inaccurate once today. I think the only incompletions have been knocked out of his receiver's hands. On second down, he's throwing again. And it's down the field for Jalen Waddle, who has his legs taken out by Kareem Jackson. But a good route, a good catch, a good throw, a good everything from the Dolphins today. 1st and 10 after the big play for Jalen Waddle. Tua looking to throw, dumps it off quickly to Mo Alley Cox, breaks a Kareem Jackson tackle, doesn't want to go down. Eventually brought down by Justin Simmons, but still a pickup of 9. Mo Alley Cox is absolutely enormous, by the way. Foster Moreau back in the game, and the blitz is picked up. Justin Simmons there in the backfield brings down Raheem Mostert. Been a methodical drive for the Dolphins, pushing 5 minutes so far. Actually, I think over 5 minutes now on this drive, as that's Foster Moreau on the catch. Justin Simmons bad in coverage, and he is inside the 10, another fresh set of downs. 1st and goal from the 9. At this point, the Broncos have to hope to hold them to a field goal. Raheem Mostert on the carry gets tripped up by Zach Allen and then tackled by Alex Singleton. From the 8, can the Broncos prevent a touchdown? Tua to throw, dumps it off to A-Chain Singleton, a touchdown-saving tackle. 3rd down, the Broncos need a big stop here. A-Chain on the carry, untouched, into the end zone. Teron Armstead just absolutely blew up Alex Singleton. And the Dolphins extend their lead. It is not looking good for the Broncos, as this high-powered Dolphins offense is just doing whatever they want right now. And that PAT makes it 24-6. Denver retakes the field. Samaje Perine has been really good to this point, but we're going to need to be throwing the ball. So on 1st and 10, Russ takes the snap, looks to throw, rolling and throwing, getting sacked before he can get the ball off by Wilkins. It's a loss of 7. Sorely missing Jerry Jeudy today. It's been Russ's favorite target to this point. As we'll throw one deep for Philip Dorsett. It's knocked away, and it's going to be quickly 3rd and 17. 3rd down, Denver. Really need to convert here. Russ to throw. Looking down the field for Dorsett, and he's open, but he can't get there. It's out of reach. An inaccurate throw from Russell Wilson, and Denver will probably have to punt. 6 receptions for 115 yards so far today for Jalen Waddle. Probably going to increase that on this drive as Tua to throw finds Jalen Waddle. Justin Simmons makes the tackle, but my goodness. Just nothing this Broncos defense can do right now. Everything is clicking for this Dolphins offense. And it's a carry for Raheem Mostert. Gets around Randy Gregory, but gets kind of stuck in the middle. Brought down by Zach Allen and Gregory. Not sure why Gregory and Allen are celebrating when down 24-6 and being unable to stop anything. As Raheem Mostert on the carry again breaks a tackle and then is brought down. It'll be 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, Tua is in the shotgun. You got to anticipate a throw here probably, as it is a throw. And Pat Surtain with the interception. Just what this team needed to get the momentum on their side. I'm not sure who that throw was in the direction of, but PS2 with the interception. The Broncos take over. It's 1st and 10 with 2 minutes left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Russ takes the snap, looks to throw. Going to dump it off quickly to Perine, who gets taken out by Jalen Phillips. A pickup of 7. 2nd and 3. Another play action for Denver and another blitz for the Dolphins that is just not picked up. I take it back. It wasn't a blitz. Lloyd Cushenberry just got beat. And the throw I was trying to make was for Greg Dulcich, just on the dump off, and just didn't have time. It was like handoff and then getting hit, basically. Also, if we had literally any more time at all, Cortland Sutton wide open across the middle. 3rd and 3. A conversion desperately needed here for the Broncos. The offense just cannot get anything going, and Perine cannot convert. Bradley Chubb was in on that tackle, and Denver is lined up to go for it. Very desperate here. And on the carry, Samaje Perine has running room, has the 1st down, and gets to the 36. Fresh set of downs finally for the Broncos. 1st and 10 from the 36. The running game has been working better than the passing game, so we're going back to it. Perine on the carry. Gets met quickly, only a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. Taking the snap and rolling, hitting Cortland Sutton perhaps. He'll go out of bounds, and that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. 24-6 for the Dolphins. The Broncos trying to make the comeback. 1st and 10 as the 4th quarter gets underway. Russ out of the shotgun, takes the snap, dumps it off quickly to Mims, who actually holds onto the ball. And Denver's going in the hurry up here. 2nd down. Looking to throw, looking for Mims again. He makes the grab and gets brought down at the 39. 1st and 10 Broncos. Russell Wilson looking to throw, just throwing quickly to Dulcich as he was under pressure. Dulcich falls forward. It's a pickup of 8. On 2nd and short, Russell handed off to Pirine. Gets a block. Gets another block from Dulcich. A big run from the running back. He's up to the 17. If only we weren't playing from so far behind, it would be pretty beneficial to have this running game working so well. Russell Wilson will look to throw. It's a high throw for Samaje Pirine. And he goes down, a loss of 2. 2nd and long. Looking for Dulcich. Makes the grab. Goes down at the 2. Nearly a touchdown for the tight end. A quick throw from Russell Wilson. On 1st and goal from the 2. A much needed touchdown here for Denver. Samaje Pirine can't get in. Gets a yard, but nothing else. 2nd and goal from the 1. It's a handoff. Pirine again. The block just was not taken at all. That is ridiculous. The right guard, which is Quinn Miners, just doesn't pick up his man. I mean, that's a touchdown if he picks up that guy at all. That's actually ridiculous. Near impossible for Denver to get into the end zone, apparently. Russell Wilson's going to roll to his left. This should be a rushing touchdown, and it is. Touchdown, Broncos. After the failure on the first 2 downs, Russell Wilson does it himself on the ground, and it's a touchdown for the Broncos. Chipping away at the lead. The kick from Will Lutz makes it 24-13. Broncos within 2 possessions. Only 7.5 minutes left. Can the Broncos stop the seemingly unstoppable Dolphins offense? On 1st down from the 25. Tua looking to throw. Throws quickly. Caught by Jalen Waddle again. He's been his favorite target. Gonna need another big play like we got from Pat Surtain on their last possession to really have any semblance of hope. On 2nd and 2, it's a handoff to A-Chain. Gets through Randy Gregory. Fabian Moreau makes the tackle, but it's a big gain for the Dolphins. They're to the 48. 6.5 minutes left to play. We really are gonna need a big play from somebody. Some type of sack, some fumble forced, another interception. I'm not too sure as Devon A-Chain goes down. I've set it to strip ball aggressive. Maybe somebody can force a fumble. 2nd and 8. The Dolphins obviously just trying to chip away at this clock. Tua across the middle to Tyreek Hill. He goes down. It's going to be 3rd and 3. This is a big 3rd down. This is where the Broncos absolutely need a stop. 3rd and 3. It's a run for Raheem Mostert, and they don't get the stop. He's to the 30. He's brought down by Alex Singleton, but it is far too late. Only 5 minutes left to play. Less than that. 4 minutes and 30 seconds, really. And it's a throw for Tua, looking for Tyreek Hill, who stays in bounds and falls down at the 2-yard line. Oh my goodness. I set the corners to play the ball in an attempt to get a pick or something, and it came back to bite us on that one. Tyreek Hill stays in bounds, gets a big play. It's a handoff Mostert. He's into the end zone. And the Dolphins put a dagger in this one, I would say. It's going to be next to impossible for Denver to come back. The extra point will make it 31-13. Kick is up. It is good. And 4.5 minutes for Denver to work some type of magic. Can Russell Wilson make some type of miracle happen without his #1 receiver, Jerry Jeudy? Remains to be seen. Looking for Dulcich. It's knocked away. This has got to be a very quick score for any type of chance. I mean, it is 3 possessions right now. Looking downfield for Greg Dulcich. Can't come down with it. It's knocked out of his hands. 3rd and 10. Miami has all the momentum. Russell Wilson takes the snap. It is play action. Looking down the field for Marvin Mims, who makes the catch and heads out of bounds. From the 47, a little over 4 minutes left to play still. and it was meant to be to Samaje Perine, but he was stuck on a defender for a very long time. 2nd and 10. Cortland Sutton can't beat his man. I threw it quickly, just hoping he did. It's 3rd and 10. On another crucial 3rd down, looks like they may be sending a safety blitz. As Russell Wilson will look to throw, looking down the field, it's for Cortland Sutton. He comes down with it. Down at the 6 go the Broncos. Cortland Sutton with a big grab. Cortland Sutton, he's not Jerry Jeudy, but he's pretty good. Russ looks to throw, rolling to his right, looking for Dulcich, but throwing out of a sack, it falls incomplete. 2nd and goal from the 6, 3.5 minutes left to play. It's a handoff for Samaje Perine, and that is a walk-in touchdown for the backup running back. Played really well in relief today of Javonte Williams. Played really well last week in relief of Javonte Williams. That makes it 31-20, assuming this is good. It is. The Dolphins obviously still with a 2-possession lead, but the Broncos looking to make something happen. For the Broncos to have a chance, I think it absolutely has to be a 3-and-out here for the Dolphins, so that the Broncos can keep their timeouts. Randy Gregory with a great start, only a pickup of 2. Yeah, the Broncos need to be able to keep their timeouts for the following possession, assuming they can score. 2nd and 8. Dolphins obviously burning as much clock as possible. It's a handoff to A-Chain again. He's got the 1st down. Man, the blocking has just been incredible here in the 2nd half. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning, and that 1st down basically seals it. The Broncos will have to start burning timeouts after this play, and that is assuming they can get a stop at all, which they barely can, a pickup of 6. And on the next carry, it's Raheem Mostert. He's got another 1st down. I mean, we'll use the timeout and just hope we can force a fumble, but this game is pretty much over. Just cannot get through any blocks, can't make any stops in the backfield. Handoff A-Chain, and he's got a huge carry again. Do you think they kick this field goal? They're kicking the field goal. That is unbelievably toxic. They could have let the clock wind down. Instead, they kick the field goal to make the score 34-20 in a Dolphins win. I mean, what can you say? I think that the Broncos played okay. I think it's just pretty clear that they were outmatched by this Dolphins team. That Dolphins offense is absurd, and A-Chain looked like a premier running back today. Tua Tagovailoa, 22 for 25, 291, 88% completion percentage. Had a touchdown, but did have a pick. Russell Wilson, I didn't feel like played too bad. 83 rating, 16 for 27, 200 yards. Just no touchdowns, but no picks. On the ground, A-Chain was obviously insane. Samaje Perine was really good, 5.8 average. He would have had a huge day if it weren't for the fact that we basically just had to throw the ball the rest of the game. Javonte Williams was doing okay before leaving. He was 4.5 a carry. Then through the air, Marvin Mims was the leading receiver, 4 for 57. Samaje Perine, 4 for 11. Greg Dulcich, 3 for 27. Cortland Sutton had a huge gain as well, 3 for 71. And Philip Dorsett had 1 big catch, 1 for 34. Defensively, Justin Simmons led the way with tackles, which it's never a good sign when your safety's leading the way with tackles. Tackles for loss, Randy Gregory had 3, Alex Singleton had 2, and Baron Browning had 1. Alex Singleton had the only sack, and PS2 had the interception. Go ahead and advance week before we call it an episode. So in week number 4, we'll be facing off against the Chicago Bears. In the next episode, we have a QB1 check-in, which is interesting. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate the continued support. If you find yourself coming back on the regular and you aren't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that sub button for me. It does help me out a lot. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to hit 500 by the end of the year. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next episode where we'll face off against the Bears.